I feel such a personal sense of despair and anger at how much is locked up.
Release more names, more information. That's the call from victim advocates to the Catholic Church in Cleveland. The recent revelation of a former St. Ignatius priest credibly accused of abusing children has sparked an organization's deeper dive into priests who served in the Cleveland Catholic Diocese. News 5 investigator Jonathan Walsh joining us now. And Jonathan, bishopaccountability.org says there are many more names the diocese is not talking about.
Yeah, and a leader from that group stood in front of the downtown cathedral today saying dozens of additional priests should be named on the Cleveland Catholic Diocese credibility accused list. Now, one of the names is a priest who we broke the story on last year. And we want to warn you, what you're about to see may be difficult for some to watch.
It's hard to trust people.
Tammy Maley in tears just last year in a News 5 exclusive investigation after she filed a lawsuit saying while she was a child at the former orphanage called Parmadale, Father John Leahy abused her.
Guided another child and myself to have sexual acts.
In front of him?
In front of him and 3 to 4 other males.
These are secrets that the diocese knows or should know.
Ann Barrett Doyle from bishopaccountability.org announced today that she has found 50 names, many of whom are on other lists across the country that should be included on the Cleveland Catholic Diocese list of the credibly accused. One of her names is Father Leahy.
The case of Reverend John Leahy is a perfect example of the damage Bishop Malesic is doing with his silence about abuse.
Ann says Cleveland Bishop Malesic is not doing enough to inform the community. She says in contrast, the Jesuits recently released information about Father Frank Canfield at St. Ignatius High School and the credible allegations against him, even providing a frequently asked questions section on its site. She says Cleveland deserves transparency.
I want this to be a place where kids are protected, where victims are honored and validated.
Claudia Versolati from the organization Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests, or SNAP, says there are up to 145 more priests who were in Cleveland that could be named.
Give a full, unabridged accounting of all credibly accused clerics, volunteers, staff members. It's not just the sexual predator, it's those that knew or should have known and provided cover.
I went straight to the diocese offices to get their side of this story. No representatives came out to answer our questions. So they're not interested in going on camera?
No.
This is information that belongs to the victims, that belongs to the families of those victims, that belongs to the faithful of Cleveland.
The faithful, like Tammy, who says it's not just as simple as forgetting about the abuse she endured. How often do you think of that?
My whole life.
The Catholic Diocese of Cleveland released a statement just this afternoon saying in part, "We are committed to the protection and safety of children. The diocese makes public the names of any cleric who has been accused of child sexual abuse, provided the allegation is substantiated." You can read the entire statement on our app and our website. The list of the 50 names released today can be found on bishopaccountability.org.